My name is Dr. Wendy Sanches, and I am a family wellness chiropractor in Rincon, Georgia. I specialize in pregnancy and pediatric chiropractic care. I hold a certification from the Academy of Chiropractic Family Practice, also from the International Chiropractic Pediatric Association. My viewpoint in practice is that we aren't supported, number one, well enough during the pregnancy phase of life. And this is a time where we set the stage for this little child and newborn who's coming into this world. So being adjusted while pregnant is not only helpful for the mother, but it also sets the stage for that infant during pregnancy. A lot of women will end up coming in sometimes either because of pain or discomfort or because the baby's not in an ideal position. And I'm also certified with Webster's technique. This is a specific technique, it's a specific analysis and adjustment of our sacrum and our pelvis, which is connected to our uterus via a uterosacral ligament. And if that sacrum is off kilter or out of alignment, that pulls on that ligament, therefore potentially distorting the shape and the tension of the uterine muscles, therefore not allowing that baby to be able to twist or move and kind of get itself into the correct position. So setting the stage is huge for not only the mother of having the birth and delivery at which she is looking to achieve, but also for this little infant, setting the stage that, everything's okay, puts the mom's mind at ease, puts everything in this nice, gentle confinement space for that baby to then be able to do what it needs to do when the time arrives. I also worked on children after delivery. The youngest outside of my own was at 45 minutes old, because it took me 45 minutes to get there. But during the birthing process, there's challenge. It's not always the most comfortable and happy and exciting thing for us women to endure. So when we feel some challenge and discord at times, just imagine what that baby's having to experience with its head and cranium compressing on itself, coming through that canal. It's can be traumatic, but just a very challenging time. And so that challenges our spine, the structure of our body. So having your child checked after delivery is a wonderful thing of setting that stage of life and making sure that all of the functions and ability that this child has is set right from the very beginning. In my practice, I also do two other components to us attaining better health and wellness. It's my belief that dysfunction in our body is not just the physical, which is the traditional way of chiropractic, and that I do adjust physical subluxations or misalignments in the spine. That is definitely one component. But in today's society, there are two other main key points that occur to us in our lifestyle. The first is chemical. A lot of our toxins, food sensitivities, there's so many parabens and sulfates and chemicals we use in our hair products, makeup, things of that nature. There's food additives, colorings, preservatives. There's toxins in the chemicals we clean in our kitchen and in our bathrooms, that when we sit on that toilet seat you just cleaned with some bleach or other chemicals, those will get absorbed through our skin. So to help correct the chemical component, I do what's called functional nutrition. And the technique that I utilize is called nutrition response testing. This is a method that allows me to work with the body and allowing the body to lead me of what is going on, what's dysfunctioning in that body in this point in time. We all have layers built up with us. that has occurred to us throughout our lifetime. And so we can't expect to get to our core problem without peeling back those outside layers first. And so this nutrition response testing technique allows us the ability to start with that outside layer and peeling them back to then finally to allow us to get to the core of the issues. So there's the nutrition. The third dysfunction or hindrance, imbalance to our body is emotional stressors. We live in a world where we are so fast-paced. There's so many judgments and outside ideals of parents, of friends, of our own way we would like to live our life that may be outside of the box from other individuals. All of these and the experiences of us growing up and being taught a certain way, and it may not be congruent with who we think we are and where we're at. So I do a technique called neuro-emotional technique. This allows the individual the ability to connect with the subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind remembers and holds everything that has occurred to us throughout our entire lifespan, starting with our formation in the womb. And sometimes, even though it may not have been a traumatic experience as somebody outside looking in, but a lot of times our traumatic experiences are from our own perceptions in our own mind. And even though somebody looking outside in may perceive and go, why do you have any negative emotions or experience from this? It was not something that should have been traumatic. But for you on the inside, it may have just been one component that completely did not go the way you expected or anticipated, that completely boggled you and has left you with this negative emotion and response to that. And when we are faced with another situation that is similar to that and puts us in that same emotional state, we may respond in reference to how we were with our first experience to this similar situation. And it may be negative, and we have these behavioral patterns, or we may have these emotional reactions to things that it's like, I don't know why I react that way. I don't necessarily feel that way, but it's how I'm just automatically reacting. Those are things that have occurred to us, your perceptions of things in your past. And what neuro-emotional technique allows us the opportunity is to connect with what's going on in the now, and then connecting to what is it tied to in our past. Once we can connect those two together, we clear it out of the body, and then it's now not an issue. We are able to face it, get rid of it, and now overcome it. And so there are some examples of a young child, a 6 or 7-year-old who came into my office, who was watching other individuals get done faster and quicker than him with timed mathematics tests. And they practice all year long for a main test that happens in the later part of the year. Well, this individual has built up this anxiety and the feeling of, I'm not good enough as that other individual. I'm not smart enough as that other individual because I'm not getting done as fast and I'm not getting as many right. Well, we needed to connect him with the thought that, listen, you know all the information. Your body knows all the information. We don't need to connect with others. You need to connect with yourself. And we helped clear that out for him. And when it came time to take the test, he was a much more confident individual. And he came back and he showed me his trophy, because they give him trophies if they got a certain number correct in a certain amount of time. And he was able to accomplish his goal that he wasn't confident in prior to. And other for pregnancy related. I've had women who have either had sexual assault or been abused, things of that nature in their past, whether it was when they were a child or a teenager or as an adult. And those can hold negative emotions relative to what's going on in that area of their body during that time of having to give birth. Another experience is the individual who's pregnant not maybe having an accurate assessment of who they're dealing with during the birthing time, so their birth providers, and having a disconnect with their personality or individual. And so they have this fear and anxiety about that time in their life that they're going to get to, that it's inevitable. They have a baby inside them, they have to give birth, but they have this fear relative to who's going to be at their birth, or about their own body, of the ability that it can do. So neuroemotional technique can help us clear all of those emotions and things out of our system, so therefore it doesn't hold us back. My name is Dr. Wendy Sanches. Thank you. I look forward to potentially seeing you in my office. Have a great day.